I was serving stripper bitches selling coke. I was fucking with the cartel, you know they had that snow. Call my plug in the abs for the smoke. These niggas hate, so keep a Glock in your load. All these diamonds in my girl, I do the most. I'm from the trenches where we get it off the stove. My niggas in the pen, I pray they make it home. I'm from a city where you stay strapped and sell packs. Project nigga, I need a scale to sell crack. New York plus banging my line, I'm finna mail that. This shit dope, but the dogs, they can't smell that. I sell dope to feed my family, fucking 9 to 5. I'm at Vernon, LA, copping Georgia pie. I'm from the city though, and my baby that 45. Too many niggas died, they gotta free the guys. Some niggas doing life, they got the kickstand. I know some niggas in LA, they real crips, man. But fuck the politics, we tryna get the back in. Anytime I bust a play, I bring the straps in. I got a demon on my side, real African. He'll knock a nigga down, fuck this rapping shit. But I'm the host choice, I keep me a wet bitch. Light skin, dark skin, she gon' run it in. Yeah, Bart, what's this right here? It's some dope. You ain't had to sell no weed and no dope. I was serving stripper bitches selling coke. I was fucking with the cartel, you know they had that snow. Call my plug in the abs for the smoke. These niggas hate, so keep a Glock in your load. All these diamonds in my girl, I do the most. I'm from the trenches where we get it off the stove. My niggas in the pen, I pray they make it home. All these diamonds in my girl, I do the most. I'm from the trenches where we get it off the stove. My niggas in the pen, I pray they make it home.
Guess it feel a little different. Say,
Listen out, Pluto. Listen out.
realest story ever told. I've been in the mode, getting kinda bigger, starting not to fit the clothes. We've been eating good, chopped bread by the loaves. If it's ever something you should wonder, ask the home. Still the same one with the extra clips and the beans. Bet she suck a nigga sleepy if I'm ever finna doze. Pipe down with it, they'll wipe a nigga nose. They gon' fuck the hoe, tried to get him off the flow, shake back. Ate a lot of losses, bet they couldn't take that. Don't want your little gas, let you come with straight packs. Big Brody said roll it, better hope it ain't whack. Wiz from a section where the robbers getting jacked. Hoping when you speak it that it's only all facts. Less you talking to the laws that'll follow till you flat. But even then they'll still remember you a rat. Yeah, I'ma need a vacation. Far away from problems, don't wonder why I can't solve them. Don't wanna be patient. We done been starving, we're not a person we can get the calling. Can't do no more waiting. Cause theirs in the stalling, I'm happy where the chips been falling. I'ma need a vacation. Yeah, I'ma need a vacation. Yeah, I'ma need a vacation. Can't believe I really used to sit around with you. You was hating on me when I hit the town with you. That's what being broke and chasing after gowns get you. Pussy sure bring this silly shit up out of nigga. If it's ever what he said, check the sources when he enter. Motives in his head, shit that we don't need a dinner. Thankful we accustomed to this shit, ain't no beginners. Motivated to go be a motherfucking winner. Couldn't let him show me, got a family I'ma feed. Ain't gotta hit nobody for the cannons I'ma need. You can bet your motherfucking granny I'ma squeeze. Old heads know me, said ain't many I can please. They just show a nigga love when they see me in the breeze. No stressing me, I'm headed to some motherfucking cheese. Tell them if they want me, hope they coming with the fees. I'ma need a vacation. Yeah, far away from problems. Don't wonder why I can't solve them. Don't wanna be patient. We done been starving, we're not a person we can get the calling. Can't do no more waiting. Cause theirs in the stalling, I'm happy where the chips been falling. But need a vacation. I'ma need a vacation. Yeah, I'ma need a vacation. I'ma need a vacation.
What's up, everyone? Happy Monday. Good to see a little crowd here. Yeah, gonna go over a little bit of what we talked about on Friday. Obviously last weekly, or I guess Thursday, last time we talked. So, couple weekly candles, closing below, support, gonna cover that. Give you my thoughts. Obviously you guys know for the last like 6 months, I've said, been kind of relentless on a theory that the bear market is starting, bull market exhaustion. A lot of that stemming from this monthly chart. I mean, look, this is one of the ugliest monthly candles we've had in a while. I know a lot of people are going to draw it 100 different ways and try and build a narrative off of it. This is what I've had for the last year. See a clear uptrend. Lots of tests on our uptrend line, right? Breakdown. We also have confluence of that breakdown of horizontal weekly support here. With that said, we talked about confluence last Thursday. We have bearish divergences. We have momentum divergences. We have a MACD cross. So for those of you wondering, hey, why isn't he going to talk about this bullish divergence here? I think it's irrelevant. There's just too much leaning on downward pressure. That one indicator being bullish isn't going to outweigh the other 20. Now, we talked a lot last week that, you're looking a lot for probability, right? If you have 9 indicators that say down and 1 that say up, likely market's going to go down. Why would you bet that it's going to go up? That's kind of stupid. I mean, you always can. You can bet a small amount that we're going to go up and a large amount that we're going to go down, but even still, that's kind of dumb too. With that, last couple weeks have been really ugly. We've seen a large spike of volume. We've lost weekly support horizontal and weekly diagonal trend support. Very, very ugly. These aren't just random support lines we're drawing, guys. These are, you've got large bounces along the way up here. You have horizontal support giving it that confluence as well. I think that this is a major breakdown. I know a lot of people are like, oh, the death cross, and that means we're going to bounce. Yes, you'd be right, but that doesn't mean that our trend is just going to continue upwards. There is way too much higher time frame pressure that this is going to continue lower. Am I in a short? No, I'm not in a short. I'm waiting to buy back a spot in the next. I do like smaller swing trades and shorter time frame plays, but as for like a very large trade, am I short or long? I am neither. My trades right now are very, very quick. But at this moment, I'm in nothing. It's Monday. I was busy over the weekend. I didn't really pay a lot of attention to lower time frame charts. I'm not going to lie. Basically, for the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to be extremely busy with family in and out of town. I'm probably not going to have a lot of short time frame trading time. And to be fair, I'm not really worried about that. I'm more concerned about, are we going to do one of these, have a full blown bear market, and can I buy that? Because that's really where the majority of my money's come from, is macro plays. So weekly, obviously very ugly. A lot of different thoughts from people. A lot of people talking about, again, you have these potential bullish divergences. Guys, I don't think they matter. And I'll reinstate this again one last time for anyone that joined. You have way too much pressure from this monthly. Way, way, way too much pressure. Way too many indicators pointing downwards. We talked about the bearish price action, right? Volume going down while price is going up. Well, now volume spiking as we're breaking down. Not a good indication of uptrend continuation. I mean, you also have all of the numerous support losses. I'm actually going to lock these in so they don't go anywhere. We're going to sync these globally. I don't know why they wouldn't sync globally. Sync them, lock them. I think I can actually do this, right? Can I control click them all and then right click? Oh. Do lock, it'll lock them all. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yep, cool. Yeah, looks ugly. Looks really, really ugly. Let's look at the daily. Daily's been pushing down for 42 days, about a month and a half. Ugly. Ugly daily, ugly weekly, ugly monthly. Yes, you could argue we're kind of due for a bounce. RSI starting to push to that point where we generally see bounces in this, what is this, like 20 to 25 area, right? We're starting to get into that 28. So we're very close to a point where, we could bounce. I think we'll bounce at 88, a little bit of support in here, or should, act as resistance here, act as support in here. Probably hit 88, hit that like 25-ish RSI point on the daily, get a nice little bounce, but I still think this continues lower. I don't see a reason why it wouldn't. It's unless we see like a super clean reversal on the weekly or monthly, but that would take weeks and months to develop. I really don't think that that's possible, in my opinion. So yes, close to a short-term bounce. No, I don't think it'll turn into a full-blown reversal. You can even see MACD. This is the lowest MACD has been in a very long time, really almost a full year. Actually, a couple of years. Our daily MACD hasn't been this low since May of 2021. So definitely getting close to that point where we'd see a bounce. Again, it's going to be hilarious when we bounce and everyone on Twitter is like, I told you this is the bottom. I told you. And it's like, well, one, we're not bouncing in a major support area. Two, you have higher time frame issues. Three, we've been going down for 42 days. Of course we're going to bounce. Right? Like, thanks for pointing it out, Captain Obvious. Let's see what else we've got looking at the 4-hour. Yeah, so again, that bounce is probably going to come sooner rather than later. You're actually forming bullish divergences here on the 4-hour finally. Right? MACD, RSI, everything. Volume's still a little high, but doesn't mean we couldn't continue sideways, I don't think we're going to go that high, but get a nice little bounce, continue lower, maybe chop around in here, eventually bringing us to 76K. I truly believe, I mean, you look at this monthly chart, I truly believe 76K is on the horizon. How we get there, I don't care. I just feel like we're going to get there. I mean, there's so much higher time frame pressure. You have obviously all the breakdowns that we've talked about. I don't see how we don't get there. Even the 1-hour clear divergences. So, look, if we bounce, don't be surprised. We're calling it here first. It's very, very obvious. Can I do SWI or Tau? I'm not really looking at altcoins. I'm not going to lie, man. They're just kind of a giant waste right now. If Bitcoin's pushing lower, alts are going to go lower with it. You have been one of the few, maybe the only one, analysts who have been consistently right. Other analysts write once, twice, then they mess it up. For example, Michael Burry. I appreciate the kind words. I mean, really being an analyst is not that difficult. It's just, can you see the bigger picture? And are you fixated on one thing or letting bias get to you? And you can't let that happen. It's okay. Lower time frame, all the way to the daily. Probably going to get a bounce. Don't be surprised. Wouldn't be shocked if we bounced all the way to 98K. Unless we get back above 102, all of my analysis stays the same. And even if we do get above 102, again, I'm still pretty... I can't justify, like, for example, when you lose your uptrend, you're going to form a downtrend unless we continue sideways here for a very long time and then continue upward. Right? Similar scenario to this, but this is almost a 6-month sideways kind of downtrend. I don't think we're going to get the same thing here. Would it be possible? Maybe, but I'm going to point out a couple other things to you guys. You look at the S&P, and you can relate this to the NASDAQ and everything else. I think we're finally getting that correction that we've wanted. You know, when you think about S&P, NASDAQ, there's a reason why this is. Try that again. When you think about S&P, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, well, I'll give it to you this way. Everyone knows the 100-year S&P average, right? It's just basic 101 finance. On average, over the last 100 years, the S&P 500 has gone up 10% every year. Okay, since the Trump tariff thing, we went up 43%. We're up 38%. Since then, that's been, what is that, 6 months-ish, 7 months-ish? You're almost 4 times over the yearly average return in, 6, 7, 8 months. A correction's coming. And to give you this, the S&P has dropped from all-time highs. It's dropped 4%. Bitcoin's dropped almost 30% from all-time highs. Right? 28%. Still going down. What do you think happens when the S&P, which inevitably is going to get a correction? Guys, I don't care if you think the S&P is going to go up. Nothing ever goes up in a straight line. If we do something like this, Bitcoin's finished. Finished in a relative term. Bitcoin's dropping at least 40, 50%. At least. If you put it on a 1-to-1 ratio, if S&P is down 3% and Bitcoin's down 30%, if the S&P drops 10%, Bitcoin's going to be down, I'd imagine 30 to 40%, maybe more. I mean, the S&P hasn't even found support yet. Support being this, 61.24. Bitcoin's next support is 76%. From all-time highs, that would be a 40% downturn. Guys, asking me about alts, I think all of them suck while Bitcoin's going down. I think wasting your time on altcoins is a gigantic waste of time. Stop trading alts while Bitcoin's in a downtrend. Bitcoin just broke down. Don't be looking at alts. Don't be trading alts. Don't fuck with alts. Don't mess with them. That's a giant waste. The only time alts go up are when Bitcoin goes up. I watched the UFC this weekend, was drunk, and Islam just laid on him. LOL. Yeah, I didn't watch the UFC. I've been kind of getting bored of the UFC, I'm not going to lie. It just seems like, look, I'm not going to take away the talent of Islam Makhachev and Merab, but they're really boring to watch. Like, I watched Alex Pereira's fight. That was good. But I didn't watch this card, no. What's a good entry for a possible short? I mean, I wouldn't look to short here. I just went over that we're likely going to see a bounce soon. That doesn't mean we're not going, we can't go lower. But again, when you talk about odds, especially short-term odds, you're starting to make bullish divergences. You're starting to, I think 88K would be the area for a bounce. And not only that, you're right in between like short-term support and short-term resistance. This is a terrible area to take a trade, in my opinion. They were very boring. You got to pick and choose now. Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of why I haven't been super into it. Look at the dollar, dude. I think the dollar is going to head up. I think the dollar breaks through 101.4 soon. Right? I think the dollar does this while the S&P and Bitcoin go down. Because inevitably, this is going to correct and this is going to go down because, everything else is going down. It's already going down. So, in my opinion, the dollar breaks back above, starts to regain this range. Bitcoin and the S&P start to correct. I mean, it's been a hell of a bull run, guys. I still am flabbergasted that people think that we haven't had a bull run. Bitcoin's up 800% from its bear market low. Unreal. Will be interesting to see where the VIX is. If the VIX hits above 40, I am interested in the S&P, but it just depends how much the S&P drops. Right? We talk about how the VIX being above 40, usually the S&P sees about a 15% drop. Is Bitcoin going to break down to new lows, or are we bouncing? I think like short-term bounce, but ultimately I'm looking at 76K. Like for a macro target, for at least like a bigger bounce and a bigger range, 76K area. So I will not short at all. No, for the next couple of weeks, I'm busy with the holidays. I'm not really looking to short-term short, guys. Not interested. I might look to long this at 76K if we see a decent setup. Like, give me something like this at 76K. Inverted head and shoulders. I will long this all day. Hopefully we go from like 76 to 98 with that. So basically on a macro scale, you'd be going down, retesting prior support as resistance, and then continuing lower. I mean, the same thing happened in 2021, right? You look at how 2021 kind of had its bounces, and you have areas of support, right? Areas of resistance, areas of support. If you were able to long any of this, you're looking at a 20% swing long opportunity, pretty solid. Other than that, I mean, a little bit down here, right? Some of these bottom top are like 30, 35%, not terrible. But it is hard to long in the bear market, man. Things sell quick. It'd be cool to get a fast bear market, let me tell you. I'd be happy with that. Quick long to 100K, then back down. I don't think we're going to get 100K from here. I mean, technically it would make sense to like do something like this. right? Sideways similar to this. So basically, you just be repeating the same exact. Put up a ghost bars here, wherever they are. I always forget. Not ghost. So basically, you just be doing the exact same thing. Like breakdown, consolidation, retest, breakdown again, get all the way to 76K. That's pretty much what I think is going to happen. If you were to ask me if I was a betting man, just want to take a quick look at Bitcoin dominance. Yeah, I still think dominance goes higher, dude. I think alts get absolutely obliterated over the next couple years. I mean, you have these massive bullish divergences on the monthly. You're leveling out at support, basically at a breakout, retest, continuation. I mean, this is still in its uptrend. It hasn't broken down. Alts also look like shit. You have Ethereum that's down a ridiculous amount from highs, and it's not even close to support yet. I mean, Ethereum's almost down 40%. And then what happens at 76K? I don't know, because I'm not a fortune teller or not a genie or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what'll happen at 76K. Maybe we form a bottoming structure and go all the way to 200K. I don't know. But if you're playing like normal bear market shit, we should end up bottoming at 53. I mean, if we repeat the same exact thing we did in 2021, even look at, say we repeat the exact same thing. You know, you're looking at a 43K bottom. I mean, that's literally with 2022 overlapped, right? You go hit 76K support, you kind of bounce around a little bit, then you go lower, then you bounce around, then you might go lower, and then that's it, right? Normal market movement. Same thing when you go up, sideways, up, some sideways, maybe down, slightly up, and then you start that downtrend. I mean, throughout Bitcoin's entire bull market, you had up, a little bit sideways, up, lots of sideways, up, sideways, a little bit of down, up. I mean, predicting like, okay, is that exactly what's going to happen? I have no idea. But I'd assume something like that happens. You get a big bounce at that larger support area. That makes sense. 43K. Where's the new 15K? Probably 43 to 50K. Dude, I think this is going to be the worst bear market in terms of people losing money. I don't think we're going to drop 80%. I think we'll drop like 60%. Like 53K sounds good. It'll be a very quick, very ugly bear market. I think a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money. I think the space is going to be wiped completely clean of a lot of these fake influencer, financial guru type people. I think they're going to disappear. I think a lot of the traders are going to disappear. You're already seeing it. Look at exchange trading volume per month over the last like 12 months. Traders are leaving this space at an exponential rate. There's hardly anyone trading anymore. Guys, if I go, let me show you something. Like, my DMs are crazy. Like, I can't make this any bigger, but it is absurd. It is absurd how, ooh, what's this? Oh, never mind. You go to requests, like my message requests, it is unbelievable how many people ask me to be an affiliate for their exchange. Like, unbelievable. I'm not trying to like out any of these people here, but like almost all of these messages are, hey, this is Eva from BitUnix. Hey, Roman, hope you're having a great day. This is Bybit. Like, that tells me, look at this, like all of these people, most of these people, KOL, Pepe, like, what even is that? I'm part of business development team at KCEX, part of potential collaboration with you. Now, okay, you could go, oh yeah, you're really popular, and people want to do business with you because you pull a lot of views and everything. Yeah, okay, that could be true, but what it's also telling me is when the same exchange messages me 10 times in a week that they're desperate, that a lot of people are losing their jobs because no one's trading. You have to remember the exchanges make money from trading fees. And to me, they're not making any money right now. They're making money, but not as much as they were. And especially if they're overstaffed and have to pay like payroll and whatnot, it's going to be tough. So again, like I think that this bear market completely cleanses the crypto space. I think the next bull run is our biggest and one of the biggest and best we've seen. Like I think Bitcoin can go to 250K from 50K. Now that's only a 5x, right? That's only a 5x. That's not even as much as this bull run was. Give you the perspective here real quick. This bull run from bottom to top, 726%. If we go from 50 to 250K, you're looking at 379. Right, I think the returns could be, that return, by the way, over a couple of years is exponentially amazing. Like you put 100 grand in, you walk away with 479K. That's crazy. Yeah, 5x on Bitcoin, 5x on any investment is good enough. This idea that you need 1,000x is just not, one, it's not possible, and two, it's just, that's just kind of a stupid thought. Yeah, and like Bitcoin dominance rises while Bitcoin falls. If you guys are new here and you didn't know this, during the bear market, alts underperformed Bitcoin. That's why like this bull market was so weird, because during this bull run, alts underperformed Bitcoin the entire time. So, and why would they do that? Because the space is over leveraged. There's too many altcoins. There's almost 30 million altcoins. So at some point, like you have to see that kind of wash out. Yeah, I'd be more than happy with a 5x. I could probably not like I'd never retire, but if I got I don't know how much money I'd buy in spot. But if I got a 5x on what I wanted to, I mean, it'd be a well into, like, not that I'd buy a 7-figure position, but it would be a 7-figure position when I cash it out. Which this last bull run, I pulled a 7-figure position. So if I could do that again, I mean, after taxes, I could just throw that in an interest earning account, make 200K a year for no reason. I mean, dude, this is something that like people don't tell you about. It's like once you have like even like 500K, you can put this in like high yield interest earning accounts, or like even there are businesses that do like windmill loans and stuff for like 10-20%. You're making 50K a year for doing literally nothing. Like this is the median American salary. You could just do nothing the rest of your life and you make 50K every single. Pretty nuts. Now I don't want to make, I want to make way more than that. But once you start talking like 2 to 5 million, you're pulling 250 to 750K. Because and why is this so drastic? Because you're now an accredited investor. You're actually what's called a there's another term. So accredited is 250K or 1 mil net worth. There's one that's like 5 mil net worth, and you your investment avenues widen even further, and you can pull like 30%, 40% on loans. Like, even if you're making 20%, 20 to 30%, you're almost making $1 million a year on 5 million. You don't have to do shit the rest of your life. That's kind of where I want to be. I mean, I'd still like trade, still do like the investing stuff, but if you get a guaranteed like 750K without doing anything, that's pretty nice. If it goes to 50K, 20 Bitcoin sounds good. That'd be a lot of Bitcoin. You're a proper Roman over 500K. I mean, right now, like so everything that I sold here, I'm probably netting like 200 to 250K a year just on those like interest payments and all the investing I did. So pretty happy with that. Like I shoot for at least a 20 to 30% APY across the board on everything I invest. As long as I can do that, I'm happy. So, $250,000 to 400K a year just from investing, like I'm happy with that. It's good. Bigger trade positions, bigger DCAs, just compounding over time. Yeah, I mean that the idea for me is when we hit like 58K, like anywhere within this wider box that I just drew, I'm probably buying $5,000 to $10,000 worth of Bitcoin. And I'm gonna be straight up honest with you guys. I'm only buying Bitcoin. I am not fucking around with any of these alts. I'm done with them. It's too much to track. If let's say Bitcoin goes up and we have like a real normal market cycle where like Bitcoin sends and then, some of these alts send, like, yeah, okay, maybe I'll take some of those profits and put them into, Tau or Link or Ethereum, whatever it might be. But I am not interested in DCAing alts because let me tell you, there were some of these alts I bought at fucking lows and they're still at lows. Like you look at Mana. This is a perfect example. This thing has been at bear market lows for almost 3 years. That's insane. It hasn't made a single gain. I mean, yeah, okay, you could be like, oh, well, it went to the top of its range a couple times. Yeah, okay, a couple times, but it never broke out and had a bull run or anywhere close. Not even ETH, probably not. He's like, look at ETH's performance. That is scary to me. The fact that we couldn't break out much higher. Dude, these fucking health insurance people have been calling me all day. It's crazy. I can't fade Sol if that shit goes to $50. I'm buying a shit ton. I mean, yeah, like, but even still, look at Sol. Like, it didn't really break all-time highs. That to me is an asset that's not going to go up and like, I don't know. It's just kind of scary to me. We didn't even, it's like Ethereum. Like, yeah, okay, it didn't do terrible if you bought at lows. Like, yeah, okay, you bought Sol at lows, you did pretty good. But like, what if Sol turns into Ethereum where if you bought like at lows, you didn't even outperform Bitcoin? Like, why wouldn't you just take the non-risk and go into Bitcoin? Clearly everyone's obsessed with Bitcoin. Time is it? 4:35. All right, I got like 10-15 minutes left. A couple things outside of trading. I guess kind of involved with trading. If you're one of the people that wants to figure out how to support me, I have a couple of trading exchanges that I'm affiliated with. You get like a 20 to 25% cash back on trades. So if you're like already trading, you get money back. Good deal. I actually do not associate with sketchy exchanges or exchanges that have bad reputation. So if you're interested, go to Discord, which is free. Look at exchange links. Cool. Thanks for the support. If not, no worries. Got to plug it every once in a while. But yeah, like on a realistic note, basically from now until like January, I'm busy. Like most days. Like I'm gonna try and stream a lot. I am. Like trading wise, like I'm not looking at a chart all day. Like this is probably the second time I've looked at a chart today. And why? Because holidays, I'm busy. This week I'm going duck hunting. So like on Wednesday I leave. And I'm going to be in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. I'm not going to be able to trade. And then the week after that's Thanksgiving. 2 of my brothers are in town. Not going to be trading during then. The week after that, I go back to Virginia. Not going to be trading then. Then you've got, December, all of the Christmas parties and everything. Probably not going to be doing a lot then. So, yeah, like to answer your guys' question, short-term trading just is probably not going to happen a lot on my end. I'm not going to really look at anything below 4 hour. I mean, if I see like a solid opportunity on the daily, I'll trade it, but I'm just not interested in short-term trading right now. What's up, yes sir? How's it doing, man? Big old duck hunting. Yeah, if we get some ducks or geese, I will send pictures. For sure. What's up, yes sir? How's it going, man? And you know, there's another reason why I'm kind of low-key staying away from at least longs for now. Guys, when people sell, it's violent. Give you an example. In 2021, we had this wild couple of days. Really, even here. Couple of days. Dude, I'm not kidding you. I had a long, I can't remember which day in here. I had like a long in here. I was like, oh, I'm going to catch the fall. This is why I don't try to catch falling knife anymore, by the way. This is when my trading account wasn't what it is today, so it made a much bigger impact. Dude, I took a long here, and like not even 2 minutes later, the market just bottomed, like dropped, and I was down like $4,000. Like literally in a minute. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. If that happened today, I'd be pissed, but it wouldn't have affected my trading portfolio that much. Dude, it dropped so fast. It was crazy. And that was all because I was like, oh, you know, maybe we're so oversold that it's like, look at our daily. Really, our daily wasn't that bad, but like looking at hourly charts, dude, we were so oversold. See if we can go to like a 4 hour way back there. Like, look at this 4 hour. This is it. April 21. Oh, it's May. Here you go. Like, we just kept remaining oversold for a very long time. And you have these like bullish divergences here. It didn't even matter. We just kept dropping. We dropped like over a couple hours, we dropped 30%. That can very well happen at any moment during this market. That's why don't try to catch the falling knife. Don't try to catch the falling knife. It's scary stuff. What's up, Collie? What's up, dude? Been a while? Yeah, I'm trying to stream a lot more. Trying. It should be better now that we finally broke trend and we're finally doing stuff. Because, man, for like, felt like forever. I mean, what is this? May? Back in May. This was almost 7 months ago. We did nothing for 7 months. And to be fair and frank with you, we did nothing for almost an entire year. This whole period, other than maybe this little drop, we did nothing. Nothing. That's why when everyone was like, oh, the bull market, like, oh, we're at 120K now. What do you think of that? I'm like, okay, we're up 10% from November of last year. Like, that's, sorry, 17%. The stock market's up almost 50%. What are you talking about? Stupid. Oh, man. I want to look at the NASDAQ. Yeah, like same thing. The NASDAQ's barely corrected. You know, like almost 6%. Could easily drop to 22.1. You know, you're talking bottom to top. Like, again, 15%. Let's look at the Dow Jones. I bet the Dow is probably 10%. That was actually corrected a little bit. 3, 4. Okay, so 6, 7%. And then we already went over the S&P would be about a 15%. Bottom to top. Or, 12%. About 12%. But again, my point is, if that happens, Bitcoin's nosediving. Like, Bitcoin still, just lost support. Bitcoin just lost support. You're talking about another 20% down. I mean, from where we are right now, okay, whatever, almost 18%. think my username changed or something for YouTube. It used to say, Colin. Gotcha. What's up, dude? Same setup as 2021 with the May top. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Pretty much. It is just kind of sad that Ethereum, Solana, even like Link, like, dude, this is scary. Like, these coins that should have done really well just did not. I mean, Link didn't even, he was still almost 100% off all-time highs. That's crazy. I mean, look at Fetch. It almost went to bear market lows. It actually did briefly, but from top to bottom, it's down 92%. That's absurd. How much is Sol down? 50, okay. Time is it? 4:45. All right, we're chilling. It's just crazy, man. It does suck that this bull run was quite boring, but that's what happens when you have 30 million altcoins. And you know, you have influencers scamming people, you've got celebrities scamming people, you've got apparently politicians scamming people. It does kind of suck a little bit. For any of you guys that are new, I live stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday around 4 to 5 p.m. Eastern. So if you ever, you know, you're at the end of this stream, turn on notifications, you'll catch the next one. I stream both on YouTube and X. That way you can go back and watch the live stream if you want. YouTube is going to show that we have no viewers. X, we have like 800 right now, so. AVAX, 2 down only. I mean, all of these alts have been. I mean, look, it's ugly. Nice call, Alex Becker. I left this here as a reminder that these guys have no fucking idea what they're doing. Just like no idea. Since the moment he called that, we dropped like 93%. Largest liquidation event of all time. Yeah, and they're going to continue to have a bad time, man. They will continue to have a bad time. Even like ICP just did nothing. Digibyte did nothing. I mean, all of these altcoins just did nothing, man. Look at Pyth. Dude, this was recommended to me by someone who thinks that they're like an expert. Jesus. Absolutely wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. Down 90% almost since Bitcoin's high. %. Absurd. Just gonna do a little recap and I'm gonna end the stream. I'm going to gotta go to the gym and whatnot. I do think a short-term bounce is very possible, very underway. You know, you have the bullish divergences forming. Could get 98K again. Could get back in the area, but ultimately, guys, I do think we go lower into that 70K zone at some point. I think higher time frame just looks too ugly, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. With that, I mean, you look at the 1 hour, it's even more obvious. You got those bullish divergences between those 2 points. The daily is also starting to get, I mean, the daily MACD especially is the lowest it's been since June of 2021, which is pretty absurd. So to me, you're looking at definitely a possible bounce, but does that mean we're going to get some kind of crazy upward move? Likely not. Obviously, RSI is starting to get in that like 25 to 20-ish area as well, or really 30 to 25 area in here. I think we bounce at 88K. Personally, like go 88 to like back to like 95 to 98, then continue our way back down to 76. Guys, nothing ever moves straight in a straight line like up or down. So if we get a bounce, don't be surprised. We also have this death cross, which if you know anything about crosses, I'm going to change these. I think it's the 50 and the 20. You know anything about death crosses? Like here's a great example. Like right here, death cross. What is that? The bottom. We ended up bouncing some, but then we continued lower. Right? Just because we have death cross doesn't mean that things are changing. I don't know where the cross would be. Was it 20 and 50 or is it 50 and 100? Let's try this. Let's try the 100. Oh, death cross. No, not there. Do the 200. Is it this? This 20 over the 200 is what they're talking about? It's like, yeah, okay, we might get a little bounce, but again, that doesn't mean that things are changing. Yeah. Looks ugly, man. It is an ugly looking chart. Like even your weekly EMAs, like we're below the 50. We're approaching the, what is this? The 100. So like what I think is the 200 would come to here. We bounce a little bit. Bam. We hit it right there. What is this, May or February? So February will be at like 65, 70K. Would make perfect sense. All right, guys. I'm going to end it there. It's been about an hour. I'm going to get ready to go to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You guys have any questions? Feel free to ping me in Discord. It's free. There's a link in my X profile, so join it. We conversate about charts all day. With all that said, guys, be patient, use risk management.